Hi guys, Sarah from Paranormal White Noise. How are you all this evening? Can you hear me okay? Hear me okay? Is the volume okay with you guys watching? Yep, sound good. Is the volume okay with you guys? Glenn, you need to pause YouTube.
Yeah, I've sorted it, hon.
Okay. Hey Chummy. As you can see, I've got Glenn with me this evening.
Hello.
Shout outs, I don't know if we'll come back, but hi Time Lord, hi Stella, hi Juju, hi Kirsty, hi Maria, hi Max, who else have we got? Uh, who else? Hi Barbie. Hope everybody's enjoying their weekend. So we have a draw for this evening planned. Um, and what else? Hi Tammy. Hi Jerry. I don't really have an agenda per se this evening. So I'll be ad-libbing a lot. But there is one subject that I do want to bring up, but I will bring that up in a little while. Glenn, I don't know if I've put you on mute. Can you just do a 1, 2, 3?
A 1, 2, 3. A
You
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Okay, I had you turned down because you've got your keypad on loud.
Oh, hang on. I'm going to sort that out.
All right. Hello, Rachel, my darling. Hope you're feeling a bit better. Now, if you do see this moving, it's nothing paranormal. It's just one of Cheeky's toys that he likes to play with by the side of me. So don't be shocked if it does move. Right. I do apologise. I'm just having a quick look at chat just to make sure that I've got everybody. Okay. Right. As for the ones or for those of you that are in the PWN Facebook group, you've probably seen over the last day or so, or the last week, that either Glenn or hi Gillian, have been putting a link into Hell's House. Now, this is a live stream. Glenn, pause.
Sorry. Sorry.
This is to a dear friend of ours, Rose, whose mother's house is very, very active. Glenn and myself have spent a few hours in the chat on her stream, and we've seen some things happen. We've heard live EVPs, a few other bits and pieces. Actually, Glenn caught a door this earlier on today, just moving ever so slightly. Do I have an echo? Do I have an echo, guys?
No, you sound fine to me.
All right, okay. Kirsty, but echo. So what I'm going to do very, very quickly is I am going to give you guys the link to her channel. I do highly recommend it if you are interested in investigating. This is something that I do highly recommend because she does get some. It's good. It's what you would call true investigating. It's not like 5-10 minutes here and there and then it's over and done with. This is an ongoing investigation. He has had a few teams out so far. Okay, Maria, thank you. I do highly recommend you checking her out. She is lovely. If you do have some time spare and you do want to pop over and have a listen, she does stream almost every single day, 24 hours. So make sure you've got a pair of headphones, and I'm sure that you guys will actually be quite shocked with some of the stuff that she's been getting. And let me just see if she's around, because then I'll ask her to tell you her story herself. Just bear with me. All right. Oops. What I'm going to have to do wouldn't surprise me, Maria, if I was getting EVPs, fun to be honest with you. It's crazy. Well, while I'm waiting to hear back on from Rose, another thing to keep a lookout for is the next video from Glenn. I am not allowed to say too much, but it's going to be very, very good. That's all I'm going to say, because that's all that I'm allowed to say. Isn't that right, Glenn?
Yeah, it's been a year in the making.
It is. But it's going to be exciting, guys. That's all I can say.
Some quite interesting research was undertaken over the last 12 months from a conversation I had with Mortis the Wizard, and we set about doing experiments, and hundreds and hundreds of spirit box sessions have gone over, and certain things have been found out, and under experimentation it backed up everything that Mr. Mortis himself had surmised quite some time ago. So very interesting.
Yes, it is. I'm actually looking forward to it myself.
Only because you're in it.
No, not to see myself in it. I want to see the finished product.
Yeah, it just wants polishing a little bit, and then hopefully it should be up in the week or towards weekend next. So
Yeah.
it's interesting. If people are serious about the ghost box, it's very interesting.
Yeah. I agree. I really do agree. Right. What I am going to do, I think Rose is probably still streaming by the looks of it. The giveaway was for this little machine here. And just to show what it does, it's not going to do it now, I bet. No. Okay. So, why is it you want it to go off? And there we go.
It might be the setting you got it at, because you can alter the setting for detection.
I was doing it earlier. There we go.
Well, it's doing it now.
So I do excuse the noise it's coming from it, as you can see. Turning colours, temperature reading. Do you want to say what else it's got, Glenn? You're the tech man.
Yeah, it's blue. Yeah, it works.
I never would have guessed it's blue.
Yeah, I can see me being black and blue later on as well. Yeah, it works the same as a mel meter. It's got temperature on it. You can hold your maximum. So if you get like, if you're out on an investigation, you get like a peaked reading, you can always refer back to them because it'll load those in memory. You can switch it from micro Tesla to milligauss. And obviously you can change the temperature from Celsius to Fahrenheit too. But it's got secondary functions on it, so you can leave it on for a set amount of time, so it will time itself down, turn itself off. Or you can actually increase, so say you've got like certain things in the area that are causing like the EMF meter to activate. You can set the parameters on it, so it will only go off, above a certain threshold.
Yeah, I think that was this one.
Yeah, you can alter that. It's really simple to use actually, and I've been using one this week, so it does work very well.
It does.
It's a nice bit of kit actually.
And you can actually put it, and if you don't like the sound, you can put it on mute as well.
Yeah, you got your clock countdown timer on it.
Yeah. Really, really, really good advice. We've had device, not advice. I can't even talk this evening. I do apologise. Hello, Twin Flame. Let's just come in. Hope you're well. And to Ian, Tammy. Oh no, I've said Tammy. And anybody else, and everybody that is not in chat and that's just watching. Good evening to you. I don't think I'm going to hear anything from Rose by the looks of it.
What's she doing?
She was streaming a little while ago.
Is she still streaming now? Yeah.
She is.
What was you trying to do? Get her live from the house itself?
Oh no, she's not. No, she's finished streaming. No, she's finished. I've written her, but she's.
Is that a fresh stream she's doing now? Or is that a continuation of the one?
No, that was a continuation. That was an 8-hour stream she's just finished.
Oh right, okay. Yeah, because if you go into the beginning of the stream, just like take a look at everything that's there. If you kind of like move it in like an hour and 10 minutes, I think. So you're flicking from the original screen to like an hour and 10 minutes, you'll see the door actually moves across. So that was quite interesting. I spotted that earlier on.
It's a good spot.
Yeah, and then I told Danny about it, and Danny says, "Oh, I can't see it, but the threshold of the hour had gone past. Because YouTube will only stream for an hour, and then it resets to the next hour, and so on and so on."
Mm-hmm.
So if you go in live, you can only backtrack 60 minutes.
That's true. Yeah, I remember you saying about that earlier.
Yeah.
Hello to Mr. Huntington that's just joined us. Good evening, John.
Is that John?
It is.
Hello, John.
Hello, John.
How
No.
are you?
So, what I'm going to do, girls and guys, is let's move this out of the way. Move that out of the way. Move that out of the way. We have here Kelly. Hello, my lovely. Hope you're well. Right, as you can see here is a list of names we have for our draw. And as always, so everyone knows there's no fakery or anything like that. Oops. Copy. As you know, I like to do these things live due to the fact that then nobody can say it's been rigged or anything like that. So
how many entrants were they in that?
I think there's about 15.
15.
Mm-hmm. But some really, really interesting and very, very good stories there. I actually thoroughly enjoyed reading every single one of them. So,
Yeah,
go on.
Yeah, I'll say they were good. Yeah, very good.
Rachel's just put, and it is fun when you win live. Well, I wouldn't actually know that because I've not won anything yet, but I take your word for it, Rachel, as you seem to have won quite a few times, if I remember. Right.
Yeah, she has a lucky streak.
I know. She's very lucky. Cheeky shush. Right. And on the count of 3, 1, 2,
2,
3.
3.
And the lucky winner is Crystal So Random. So, Crystal, I don't know if you're watching this. Just to prove, guys, Crystal So Random. I will put a comment underneath your entry. Okay, that's just gone off and nothing's near it. So Crystal So Random, you are the lucky winner of cheeky of a EMF meter. Congratulations to you. So I'll be in contact with you in due course. Come here, you. Oh, come here. Say hello. Say hello. Say hello. Okay. Say hello. Okay. Go on. Right. Okay, I think Rose might be ready to come on. Okay. Right, let's see. See if we can get this to work. Yeah. No. It can't be that because that's been sitting there on for a long time. Very
Yeah, the parameters are set at 40 milligas on that as well.
Yeah.
So it's quite a high. Whatever's affecting is quite high.
True. Right. Okay. And again. Right, it's just myself. Okay. Right, hold on. Sorry. I do apologise for that. Glenn, I don't know if you want to have a natter for a minute with everybody.
Yeah, I'm just saying, Callie drew the competition for the winners of her book a few days ago.
So yes,
if there's anybody in chat that entered the competition to win the book, I think Callie said that everybody who participated would get a book and have it signed if they wanted it signed. So if you entered that competition for Callie's book or books, I think it might have been, you need to contact Callie. That's Spirit Walking Callie that's in chat now.
Okay. This is the first time I've actually got this. No, second time I've got this off during a stream, and it's the first time it's actually going off this evening. So right, hopefully Rose will be here.
Yeah, thank you for putting that in there, Callie. Callie's just wrote in chat.
Oh yeah, I see. Oh.
What do you want a shopping list for, Maria?
Well, because Maria's got a shopping list of a lot of stuff she wants.
Okay, Rose is in chat now.
Yeah. Rose, with the hells, I've added you. Already added you, hon.
Did you say you'd already added Rose into the...
Yeah, into here. Yeah, I've added Rose.
Hi, Phantom.
Hi, Phantom. Welcome. There she is.
Oh, my good Lord. What lovely eyes you have, Rose.
Hi, Rose. Dewey.
There she is. Hello, Rose.
Hello, my darling.
I hope this computer that's on the signals, so I'm having a few problems. That's why I'm sort of half in and half out.
Don't worry. If it's easier, you can turn the camera off if you want, so then it's just the audio. If it's easy.
Okay, the audio you can have. Trust me. Definitely. Okay, there you go. That's my ugly mug up.
That's lovely. Now, I was telling everybody earlier that about the problem that you've been having at your mum's house, and where you've been streaming a lot of it, and where there's been a lot of activity going on.
Right.
I was wondering, could you tell your story to everybody watching? What's been happening, how long, so on and so forth.
Well, I moved in here when I was 7. The people who were here before us, where it was here, I think they stuck it out for about 3 years. It was a brand new house at the time. They stuck it for 3 years, and they sold the house for £500, which is nothing, basically. And we thought, well, my mum thought she was getting a bargain at the time. So if I go a bit quiet, it's because something's going on in the background. But she bought the house. We moved in when I was 7. I didn't like the house while my mum was looking at it to buy it. But you know what mum's like, don't listen to kids. This is why you should listen to kids, really, when they say the scenes. But in the 70s, it didn't. Within the first week of being here, which is this bedroom that I'm in, which really doesn't matter which bedroom I'm in because it moves. I woke up and it was actually 6 o'clock in the morning. I remember that it was a winter night, a winter morning, sorry. And my dad was on 6 till 2 and he was late. And I woke up because there was a bit of a kerfuffle. I woke up and as I sort of woke up and I saw, as I called him, the Hat Man, because he had on a hat, dark glasses, pinstripe suit, and a walking stick. And I saw him like I'm looking at you now, the first time. It was like there was somebody like me and you at the side of the wardrobe. So I looked at it, was watching it for a bit, and it might sound a bit funny, but I got out of bed like a crab. Yeah, literally, my legs down. I was really walking with my legs really slowly out of bed. And I managed to get out of the bedroom and I ran downstairs and I said to my mum, oh, I'm not feeling very well. Can I get into bed with you? So she thought, my mum thought I wasn't very well. So she let me off school that day, which I wish she hadn't done, but she did. And that was the start of it. Basically, I'm 54 and I'm coming up to 55 in May. So you do the maths how long we've actually been in this house.
It's a long time.
Yeah. So okay, something's coming around me now, so I'm hoping you can start to insult you in a bit. And I lived here till I was 21. So from the age of 7 till I was 21, I was the only one that saw it, as I call it. Not realising there was actually, at the time, there was 2. There was the Hat Man and the Shadow Man. And the Shadow Man was the one that was doing a lot of stuff to me and my mum, basically. But I'll explain a bit more about my mum later on. But I was the only one until I was 21. And I kept telling my parents that basically I was being attacked when I was in bed. I had something trying to strangle me. I had something pulling the sheets off. And I'll be honest, I had something trying to sexually abuse me.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, and I've never really told anyone.
It's crazy.
Sorry, it's taking a bit.
Oh, I know you've been having stuff happening this evening at there. So.
Yeah, and it's just going back, you see, to what's been, you know, what basically in my childhood. Anyway, I used to get into the bedroom reading one thing and another, and anyway, which I thought it was the Hat Man, but it actually, because the second time I saw him, he was like a negative, and the one that was basically slapping me around, trying to strangle me, sexually abusing me. It was actually the Shadow Man, which was a totally different thing. So I went through the whole 21 years till I left home. I was getting everything basically. And when I got to about 17, 18, I would do anything to keep away from the house, basically. I'd sleep around my friend's house because none of my friends would come to the house. Because it's got a weird atmosphere. It's always had a weird atmosphere in this house. Everybody used to fight. Everyone, you know, for no reason, for the stupidest things. Everyone used to be arguing. My dad was horrible, horrible. And it makes sense now because I found out a few extra things as times went on that actually wasn't my dad. That was something that was controlling my father. Because men around me tend to want to attack me. And this thing basically, it's doing it with my husband as well.
I was just about to say see, only today you were talking about Kevin.
Yeah, well, he has been attacked. We've actually got some footage of as he was being attacked, of an orb that was so big coming out of his head. Now, to get him out of the house so that basically any male that comes near to attack me, cause arguments, and to get them out of the house, basically. So if they don't attack me physically, then they'll be attacking them to get them in a bad mood to start attacking me to get them out. So basically what it wants to do, which it's always wanted to do, is to get me on my own. So me and Kevin never last a year at all without, literally fighting. I did one of the streams and we were, as I put on, we were fighting over, I don't know what, over nothing, basically. And anyway, he ended up going home early because he was being attacked. He was being held down in the bed and seeing dark shadows actually over him, and he couldn't handle it. So he ended up going. As time went on before then, sorry, I'm babbling because there's something behind me and it's not cool.
Don't worry. In your own time, Rose.
And anyway, I was 21, that's when I left home, and not my mum or my dad ever saw any spirits in here. They never felt anything. But as soon as I left home, to spite me, and I'm sure it was to spite me, it started on my mum. No, it started on my dad. My dad saw it. He went, because I moved downstairs from upstairs, and my mum and dad moved upstairs, so I had that little bedroom downstairs, and the thing followed me downstairs. So I was being attacked in the downstairs bedroom. What it used to do is, this is the only place that me, Kevin, or my mum, or even dad suffered with night terrors. Yeah. Anywhere else, none of us did. But when Kevin comes here, he suffers with night terrors, and I get them. But I'm not asleep. They call them night terrors, but I don't know how they can be, because you can have a conversation with me, which I have done when it's held me down, and I've asked Kevin to put the sheet over me. So that as soon as he does that, it stops basically the hold and the screaming and the grunting. So we're having all that problem. And my mum, my dad saw him the first time. He ripped the sheets off the bed, off my dad. And he was appearing to him and banging and clanging. And it got to the point where my dad couldn't go to bed. And my dad used to be up all night long in the living room until it went light, and then he used to go to bed, which in this house doesn't cut it, because it's 24 hours a day in here, as you well know, Zara. I'm going to be out in the day, and you've seen what's happened in the day, and it's banging. You see what's happening.
Yeah. Well, so I've, Glenn will verify that we both heard my name said. That the first afternoon we were both, Glenn and I, were on the stream in the chat.
It reads it, doesn't it? It reads the chat.
Yeah, and it's with the sound of like pickaxes, it's somebody in a mine. And
I've got some information that I'm going to share with you in a bit, actually, about that. which I've just found
cool.
out through the paperwork. Yeah, I was quite shocked actually when I found out about what was here. We sometimes when we do stream, right, and we go back on it, we hear a lot of like hammering. We
Yes.
also hear water, right? And I found out that this is what I found out. And one I already knew but didn't say anything to anybody about this, but they did a research on this area. Now, in the late 60s, on here, there was farmland and there was a mill. Right here.
Okay, yeah. Remember you mentioned about the mill on your stream today?
About the mill. See what I mean? Like, being in this house, it clouds your mind because it's always on you. So the only time that you can clear your mind is when you go outside and to try and clear this mist. This is why I sound a bit weird and a bit coherent because this thing in here is getting stronger and stronger. To the extent that I've just been sick. I was talking to Kevin on the phone and I went to the kitchen so he had the noise when the doors open and I've just been sick. So it's getting stronger, as I well know, because now it's lifting. I've got a metal bed upstairs and it's now lifting the bed up. I was under the bed when I was talking to you earlier on and it lifted it up, so I had to go do a runner. A group came in here and actually felt the same, and I never told them, but they actually felt the same sensation, the bed moving. And this is a big metal bed. I mean, it is really heavy. The mattress is that thick on it. It's not funny, but it manages to lift that up. And it's like an earthquake, putting it bluntly.
Yeah.
And I've been on the bed when it does it. So when it did, I was on top of the bed. And I was like, ugh. And before I closed the stream off, I was talking to Kevin and something spat in my face.
Oh, bloody hell.
I was saying to Kevin, someone's just spat in my face. I physically felt, even though I couldn't see it, I felt something spit on my right side of my face and it made me jump.
That's
and I was
crazy.
like, shit, that is nasty. So when the group came in last night, they were doing a glass thing on the table and I'd gone into the kitchen and they asked the question, is there anybody in here that you don't like? And as soon as I walked into the room, it stopped. Literally, it just stopped. It wouldn't move. And they sort of looked at me and said, you need to go out of the room because I'm actually affecting the session. Obviously, it doesn't like me. And I'm like, well, it's my bloody house. I've been here over 40 odd years. What's the problem? So I had to go out the room basically, and it went dead. It would not move anything. They also sussed out that the things that are in here are moving from room to room. I mean, when I was doing that stream just now that I closed off, you saw the K2 meter, and I could feel something breathing from that door, which I keep locked on my hand, and it felt really weird breathing, and the K2 was going off. And I'm sat here now, and something's hovering. So,
I was going to say, Rose, there has been a question from chat from Barbie, and she's asked, she's curious if you've seen its red eyes.
Yeah, Kevin has actually seen two red eyes in one of the bedrooms downstairs. He's seen that with himself. He's seen it with his eyes himself, and that freaked him out a bit. He's also seen the Hat Man, and he's also seen the Shadow Man. Now, the red eyes that we've seen, well, he's seen, and I know my mum's seen them, it's really weird because the Shadow Man actually appeared to me mum, fully formed, crawling on the bed, and she came face to face with it, and he had dark hair, scruffy, and he had a scar. Now, what we've sussed out, this Shadow Man was actually hung illegally on the property, on the farmland that was here. They actually hung him near water, and he was like swimming from the mum's conservatory into the bedroom. That's where he was swinging. There was actually a chestnut tree that was in the middle before they built these houses, and they hung him on there and they buried his body. And his body, we reckon, is actually under the property because they hid it. So we're actually on top of a very,
The
very
actual.
nasty man. And he was, the villagers had had enough because he sexually abused a child. And he was a really big, tall, strapping man. And the villagers had had enough of his bullying, had enough of his, basically just had enough, and they hung him. So this is where the shadow man comes in. So he was very evil. And basically at the moment, the people that have been in yesterday, one of them is a really good medium, and everything that came out of his mouth was spot on with me. And he didn't know anything about me because I'm a bit cagey, was discussing a lot of things.
Well,
And he
yeah.
told me I need to get a demonologist in because this thing is doing what it's doing to me, not letting me sleep. Growling in my ears, moving the bed, basically draining off all my energy because it wants to kill me. And that I
Have
do
you?
believe.
I was talking to Glenn about it earlier, and do you know if the local church by your mum's actually has contact with any type of demonologist?
The last priest that I got in this house, Sarah, to actually bless the house. I mean, literally properly bless it, holy water and everything, ended up dying of cancer not long after.
Oh wow.
And
Okay.
when he did the house, and the gets behind me again, excuse me. When he did the house, the same day that he finished, my mum was in that small bedroom downstairs, and she saw the wardrobe door. Now they're all mirrored doors. She actually physically saw one being lifted up, and it was basically thrown on her. And it took her an hour. She was pinned to the bed. It took her an hour to crawl out from under this mirror wardrobe, and she had to be careful because if the glass would have broke, it would have killed her. So I'm ringing her, not knowing what the hell's going on. And then when I eventually managed to get hold of her, she told me exactly what had happened. So she ended up getting, it frightened her that much that she ended up getting somebody in to put a piece of wood on the door and put all new latches on the wall. In fact, I think there's four. She's put four latches up. It frightened her that much. And then she got the others redid all the other wardrobes doors. Sorry, the wardrobe mirror doors. But the one that actually lifted up, she got put a piece of wood down it. Because, like I said, that frightened the life out of it. I mean, like I said, it took many years before both my parents saw it. And I do believe that what caused my dad's illness, because when you're up all night, it's well known that you can get diabetes because your clock is on. So he wasn't sleeping all night, and he was going to bed in the day, and he was always ratty, he was tired, and it was just a nightmare to live with my dad. And in the end, he ended up having a really bad stroke. Then he ended up getting an MSRA, and then he passed on. It'll be up to 3 years this July. And now, before my mum had this last stroke, I was kept ringing my mum up and I was asking how she was doing, and she kept telling me that for some reason, she wasn't sleeping. So I kept asking my mum why she wasn't sleeping, and she just weren't quite sure, I don't know. And now, since she's had the major stroke, which has left her crippled basically top to bottom, and she's now got dementia because of it. Every now and again, my mum comes normal, and she told me, and I never told my mum that I was sexually abused by this thing. And she told me that the thing tried to rape her on a number of occasions, and that she came face to face with it on the bed. It used to crawl on the bed, rip her sheets off, and she would see it like I'm seeing you right up to her face. And it was keeping her awake at night, and she was getting more and more stressed, more and more like me, not being able to sleep, not being able to feel comfortable. And she ended up with this extremely major stroke. I've just seen an orb in my bedroom. a major stroke, which, like I said, has left her paralysed and has left her with dementia. But she's telling me like bits and more bits. And she said to me, "The house is dangerous, Rose. The house is dangerous." And I found out that they could hear things in the kitchen clattering, which I've actually heard, like there's been somebody in the kitchen cooking. I smelled garlic, so I know that there's a woman in here as well. I also know that these two bad things that are in here are bringing more and more evil things in through certain parts of the house, which I know I've got portals in certain parts of the house, which I didn't know. I didn't know nothing about portals. I sussed out that certain rooms in the house I have to keep the door closed. I mean, today I was doing like an update stream, and you see me running out the door because the door downstairs bedroom, which is another hotspot, actually opened while I was streaming. So I ended up doing running out the door because I just can't cope with it.
Yeah, no, you did. You flew out that front door this morning, this afternoon. I'm off bush.
That's what you see now and again is my ass out downstairs. I'm like, up yours. I can't handle this, and you know. And I do tend to run a lot because I can't stand my ground. I mean, I did that prayer, the St. Michael's prayer, because I was getting a bit peed off because it was getting louder and louder and louder. That I did the St. Michael's prayer, and it kept cutting off my internet. So every time I do say a prayer in here, it does things to spite me and make things worse. So I understand now why the blessing never worked, why it made it 10 times worse for my mum, because she started seeing them up to her face more so, and more stuff was happening to her. And I felt really guilty for that because I thought I was doing the right thing. As you do, because we are Catholic. We do have a lot of crosses in the house. We do have a lot of Jesus pictures and Mary pictures. I've just seen something going past me wall, sorry. We have all this stuff here in the house, and the priest used to come every couple of weeks to give them Holy Communion and stuff. And you know, and it's not shifted it now. If it, which I am sure that, and I don't want to say it out loud, but I am sure the two things that are in here are demonic. And I've said it, I don't like to say it, but they are demonic, and they are bringing things in, and they've brought a child in that I know for a fact is not a child. They've brought this kid in, and it's not a kid. It's masquerading itself as a child to make me feel at ease, but it doesn't make me feel at ease because I know that feeling. I've seen it. I've seen it fully. And it's really weird, Zara, you know. When I've seen it on partial, its feet, it doesn't come close because this kid's all in black with dark hair. Now, if I don't see it fully, I see its feet. But the weird thing about it is, Sarah, the only way I can explain it to you what it looks like is, do you know bubble wrap?
Yeah.
Now, it looks like bubble wrap as it's walking. The feet are moving, and it looks like bubble wrap. That's the only way I can describe. I can't even say it. It's the only way I can describe. You know, it's the only way see what I mean? I can't get my words out because it's beyond me, and I know it's doing something from getting an headache. I can't get my words out. So I sound drunk, but I'm not drunk because I don't drink. It's because of what's around me.
You don't sound drunk.
That's how the only way I can tell you what it looks like is it looked like bubble wrap, and it was walking, and I was watching it walking into the other room, which is the bedroom where the chair moves. Where that hat man comes out the side of the other wardrobe, which is downstairs, and he also resides in this room because this is his favourite room apparently, which makes sense because it's the first time I've seen it. So anywhere where I sleep, it follows me. So that's the only way I can tell you what it looked like bubble wrap. It's really, It's really weird. Those are,
I
if
was,
you
I
just
was
look,
going to say it. At least you know it seems to be that it's actually grounded to the land itself.
uh, it's really weird though. You have to see it. You've got to
Mm.
see it. I
It's
can't.
like it's like I
It's
said to
just,
you earlier. If I was still in the UK, I would be straight up there.
yeah, I would love.
But
I forgot. Is it Germany?
yeah,
Jersey? Where are you again, Karen?
I'm in Germany, in South Germany,
Germany.
Bavaria.
I would have loved you to come down here actually, because
I'm.
it doesn't stop. You wouldn't get no sleep. It just doesn't stop. And
Mm,
sometimes you don't always hear. One of the streams I did, that was a stream that you were on, that you were watching. I'd gone downstairs. I was waiting. Oh, I went downstairs to ring a taxi, so I was in the kitchen a little bit.
yep.
So a little bit. Well, I didn't hear what was going on upstairs. I don't always hear it. But when it wants me to hear it, it comes right up to my ear, and it gives an almighty growl, and it does open and close doors because I've kicked it. So Kevin's kicked it. So it does open and closes doors. It doesn't like me going to sleep, and it will do whatever it can to keep me awake, whether it's the banging, the constant banging, as you read before. It's making me very, very ill. And I do think, to be honest with you, that the thing in here, these things, are ready to take me over. So it's trying to pull whatever energy that it can out of me. Well, and I haven't got much left. As you've seen the state of me, I've like aged and colic since I've been down here because it's sucking all life out of me. And that's what it wants to do. Basically, to be honest, it wants to kill me. And I had that
Mm,
told me yesterday. That's exactly what it's going to try and do. So, and I'm thinking to myself this morning, if that's what it wants to do, maybe, I mean, I know it might sound a bit weird, could I have been one of the people that hung him in my past life? And that basically this is why he's now doing what he's doing to get his own back. If there's such things as past lives, could it be that? I
well, this
don't
is
know.
it. You just really never know.
Because why attack a kid from the age of 7? I mean, it was only a kid, for God's sake. What was he, a paedophile? I don't know.
Well, you know, if the guy had a thing for women when he was alive, when all that happened, and you and your mum and that went into that house when you were at a young age, because of the energy that have around him, it was that he was attracted to that, and obviously where you brought him and everything, it's just stayed there.
Well, whatever it is, I need to get it out because I'm so tired. I'm
I know you.
seeing so I am seeing so much stuff around this place. Everywhere I go, I feel like I'm being. There's no safe haven. I mean, I got to the part I was going to go sleep in the garage, and like I thought, well, it's attached to the house, so even if I went in the garage, it's going to follow me in there. So I've got no safe haven at all. You know, it's actually warmer outside than we had. It's actually warmer outside than what it is in this house. And this house is fully double glazed, windows and doors. And we've got a bloody good heating system, but we can't get the house fully warm. I mean, even in the bedroom, I've got a little heater on, which
Mm.
I can't switch off because you can see me breath sometimes. It's like when you see me walking, I'm needing my coat to be hat on. People think
And you
I'm,
have,
yeah,
you onesie this afternoon. Yeah.
well, that's what sometimes I go to bed with a hat on, pair of socks on, two jars, two t-shirts and a dressing gown. And then I'm just trying to get into my bed and then I'll get something, I'll feel something get into the bed and it's pretty cold. So I mean, when it's not in my bedroom, I can get my bedroom to a nice, just a nice warm feeling when it's not in the room, and I can sit around with my t-shirt and I can feel it home. And then all of a sudden it will just start, and then cardi on, socks on, and it really gets on my nerves because, like I said, it's warmer outside than what it is in this property. And no matter what we do, it doesn't have the lights in here, the bulbs don't last. At the moment, for some reason, I've now I can't even put the hot water on because now the plug, there's something wrong with it. I think it's the ball cock sticking, so I've got to get somebody out to mend the ball cock. So I can't even put the heating on. No hot water on at the moment, so I'm having to put it bluntly, with a bloody kettle. But there's that much stuff that's going wrong, and it's gone worse since I've come back, and I've been back for 5 months. And now it's like I said, it's building up and building up, and what I'm frightened of is, and what I've been told, which is dead on, is it's building up ready for me, and it's drawing off, and it will draw off as much as it can of me, then it will kill me, and that is, it's going to kill me. And
Well,
I'm trying to find a demonologist. Oh,
I think, you know, if anybody that is watching this that's in the UK that does know a demonologist that's in the area that is prepared to travel, is maybe leave a comment on one of your videos, Rose, so somebody can try and get in contact with you.
yeah, that would be brilliant. Thank you. I need help. I need to get rid of these things because the more I'm here, the more it's bringing in. The more it's bringing in, the more they're draining me.
Maria, Rose needs something more than 1 million, darling. It's a strong entity, and it really needs somebody that has got the experience and knows what they're doing with the darker side of spirit. But that is lovely of you, Fun. But I think you know, the ones that are watching this now or maybe watching it back, if you are in the UK, if you can try and network, see if you can find out any names or any web addresses for if you go to Hell's Kitchen channel, I'll make sure after the stream I'll put them in the description too. If you can contact Rose, and let's just see if we can get her some help and try and get this demonic piece of beep out of her house and finally give them some peace.
They're going to have the work cut out of them because there's more than one's are, and the longer I don't do anything about it, the more it's bringing in. You know, I'm finding out I've got a lot more in here, and they've been bringing them in. And I didn't think they could do that, Zara, you know. I did not.
If you've got different portals in the house, now I saw from Barbie that they're using mirrors to get in and out. So maybe it's worth any mirrors that you've got in the house covering them up. I don't know what else can be done with them, but if an entity, from what I gather, if an entity is strong enough, and they're able to use an open portal to bring other things through, they will actually do that.
It's bringing them through, Zara, thick and thin. Seriously. I feel like every time, you know, I'm coming in, I'm feeling something different. And it's knocking, I'm feeling something different. And I don't feel nothing good in this house no more. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And it's like, as soon as
I think the first thing is to find out where those portal entrances are for sure and get those portals closed. Because then once they're closed, then it's only leaving with the main issue of the house. It's that, you know, whatever's in there, and it's just that to combat. And then, you know, with any luck, then that ordeal should be over and done with. I know easier said than done, I do know.
Right. Oh, we've got quite a few to close in here.
Rose,
Yeah.
hello, sweetie.
Hello?
That's Glenn.
Hey, Glenn.
Hello, sweetie.
Nice to meet you. First
Yeah,
time,
Rose.
actually, the first time I heard your voice.
Oh, right, okay.
Now I know what Glenn sounds like. Yay!
Yay. Yeah, Rose, I believe you've had some investigators there, and I was just wondering if they'd picked up on any names.
Um, Not really. What's been happening in here is, like I said, when the investigators, especially last night, when they come in, um, they're like chasing it around the house, literally. It moves from room to room. It does not want to be around anybody that's strange
Yeah.
in here because the focus.
About 2 weeks
So,
ago, about 2 weeks
yeah,
ago, when me and Zara was listening to the stream,
yeah.
the gentleman spirit, he was he was like grunting and making like chesty noises, like he was kind of like he had like bronchitis or something.
I'm
And
like, I'm
yeah,
just wondering if it's the guy, Glenn. You know that noise you keep hearing, the choking and the coughing.
yeah,
It sounds like somebody being hung.
yeah. It kind of got
You know,
it kind of gurgles sometimes. But what I was getting at, Rose, was when me and Zara was listening a couple of weeks ago, there and that guy was making those noises. It kind of felt like there was a lady. There was a lady there,
mhm.
but she was calling out to that gentleman spirit, and she was calling him an abbreviation of one name. She was saying Tom, Thomas, Tommy, and that name was being repeated over kind of like a 4 hour period, and it was coming from the lady directed at that male spirit, because every time she said Tom, Tommy, or Thomas, he was answering her back, and you could blatantly hear it.
You could. So, and
And
it was help or help
he
me was being said
yeah,
quite loud as well.
he was saying help me, and she was calling out to him like Thomas, and he was saying help me. So make of that what you will, but
No,
I've actually got that on recording. I've
that
actually
is
got that
really.
recorded.
I'll have to go back on that one. I do know that there is some spirits that are actually the good ones. Well, and there isn't that many, but the good ones are actually being trapped here by the bad ones. I do know that the bad ones are not letting the good spirits go. They're keeping them captured because I know I've heard the woman in here because you can sometimes hear her, the dress, the long flowing dress, and also I can hear the clanging in the kitchen and the
Mm-hmm.
smell of that.
Yeah, Rose, do you know that the door moved today?
Yeah, it did. It did down. It did this. If you look at my stream this morning, my update, you see me running out the house because when I was talking, there was like banging going about. The bloody bedroom door opened, and all you can see is my ass running out the kitchen door. Literally, the door. I heard it rattle, and the door opened. The first one, the one on the stream, yeah, it did look like it opened. The one this afternoon, the second one I did, that one looked like it opened. Yeah. And it does.
Yeah.
Rose, there's a question from Mary Lou. Do your mum's neighbours go through the same thing?
Does my mum's what?
Neighbours go through the same.
No. I felt a bit stupid knocking on the door and asking that weird questions. I've been to both neighbours, and actually I did that last week, and again I'm not. There's a lot I don't tell, and the only thing, the next door. Just, I'm laughing. I'll explain to you in a minute why I'm laughing. It's just something the old lady said. The opposite side there don't have any problems next door to me. Now the one property that is actually attached to us, which is the end house, I knocked on the door and I said to her, Have you been having any? Something's just come on upstairs. Are you having any weird knocking, or just anything weird in your house? She goes, no, but your house makes a bloody clang. I said, all I can hear from your place is bang, 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 bang. And she said, what are you doing? I said, what do you mean? She said, well, what's all that bang? I said, well, I'm not in half the time. I said, don't blame me, I don't bang. I said, I'm usually in the bedroom. She goes, well, there's a hell of a rocket that comes from your house. And it made me laugh. And she goes, and one morning, I don't know what the bloody hell you were doing in the attic, but you were running and it was that loud, it echoed in mine. Well, what she actually heard is, funny enough, I was on a hangout with Steve and a few others, and we were chatting. And Steve goes, do some knocking, do something. I was like, don't aggravate it. Anyway, I closed the stream down. This is 11 o'clock in the morning. I closed the stream down thinking, at the hangout, I said, I'm going to have to go because I've got to get ready. And as I closed the stream down from my bedroom, and this, I swear to God, from my bedroom, I call it the ceiling runner, to the hallway, something, and it sounded like it had boots on, ran and was running and banging from one end of the bedroom all the way into the hallway, right? I'm trying to find my phone to try and take the bloody thing. It moved my phone. Eventually, when I found the phone, I was just getting ready to record it. Then it completely stopped. So I started getting a bit of the EGBGs. I thought, that is really loud. It was that loud. It was like somebody had a pair of boots on. So I'm thinking to myself, because my mum had said that, right? And she'd been ringing the police out because she'd been hearing that a lot. So I'm thinking there was somebody had either gone into the attic or banging. Either gone into the attic or, right, was in one of the rooms. So what I did was I rang the police on the night. I went to the hospital, clapping myself, didn't run out the house. And then when I came, as I do, and then I could hear some movement, and it was like coming from above, right? So I rings the police out, and they come in, right? And they went in the attic. He goes, listen, the only thing that they can go into your attic is there's no room, is a frigging rat. And I'm like, well, if it's a rat, it's got a pair of great big hobnob boots on. I said, because that was loud. You know what I mean? He goes, what do you mean hobnob boots? I said, it had steel toes on. It was running. It was like it was on my roof. It was really running from A to B. And he goes, your mum kept ringing us up about this. I said, yeah, well, I've heard it for myself now. So there's something going on. And he was looking at me, he goes, listen, love, I come here that many times for your mum. At all hours of the morning, she said somebody broke in, which I didn't. I knew she rang the police because she heard a whole heap of noise, but I didn't. But I didn't know to the extent till I heard it. So the police said, we've been round here that many times. We've been round here that many times over the same noises that, we just putting it down as nothing, basically. And I'm like, well, listen, there is something going on in the attic. And he goes, I'll tell you again, I can't even get my head in there. I've looked up, you can't move in there. You couldn't get a man in there. It's that small. So he went, and I thought, brilliant. And then after that, not long after that, the chair starts moving downstairs. Now, the funny thing is I've been hearing, and Kevin's been hearing this noise, because everywhere in the house, apart from one room, which I thank God that has got carpet in, because they didn't have carpet in, I don't know what I'd be in there. But everywhere's wood, including the stairs. There's no carpets, no rugs, apart from a little bit of a long rug thing in the kitchen when you come in. And this bedroom where I've showed you where it's obliterated the lampshade in there, and it's the same lampshade everywhere else, and that's the only one that's been obliterated. And so the police were looking at me like I was a nutter. They were looking at me mum like I was a nutter. When in fact, it was that loud when I ran outside, I was looking up on the roof in case somebody was on the roof trying to break in. I don't blooming know. I had no idea. So I actually heard that, and I call it the ceiling walker because it walked, well, it ran from one end of my bedroom into the hallway. But the worst thing about it was, it went on for a while, and it was so loud, I thought my house was going to fall in. And my neighbour actually heard that, and she thought it was me in the attic. And I had to explain to her that I haven't really got an attic, and it wasn't me, but I heard it. She goes, yeah, I've heard that a few times coming from yours. So the neighbour next door, who is disabled, who sleeps downstairs, has actually heard all the banging, the rapping, the talking, the moaning, the running. And I'm like, and I'm embarrassed because she thinks I'm having a bloody party. And I'm not in. I'm at my mum's, at the hospital for around about sometimes 4 hours a day. And if Kevin's here, we try to stay out till 10 o'clock some nights because we don't want to come home. So the neighbour has heard a lot of what I'm hearing, and I just had to just sort of like, and I can't tell her that the house is haunted, and I can't tell them. They have to tell the other neighbour that the house is haunted. I'm just coming it across like I'm doing a bit of paranormal investigating on the estate, and they're looking at me like I'm mad. And I'm thinking, God, if only you knew what I'm living in. So, this is what it's like. And the funny thing is the guy that came here, the psychic that came here yesterday, he told me 2 years ago he was delivering leaflets. And he came to my mum's house. And he said, as soon as he walked through the gate, he felt what I felt, which is the house was watching. And he knew straight away that there was something wrong with my mum's house. And when he got the call, and he knew straight away which house it was. So that was rather interesting to find out. But yeah, a lot of, I said, nobody stays, nobody can only. I've had a friend of me, she lasted 4 hours and went back home, and she's not spoken to me since. So I don't know what happened. All I can tell you, she did run out of the house, and she had nothing more to do. She changed the telephone number, which rather hurt me. But side the points, something was. And I told you about that woman who came to collect my mum's intercom thing, and I was watching her. She was a bit shaky, and she was coming into the house, and I managed to settle her down with a cuppa, and I was thinking she knows something, she does, and she'd been here twice before. And I'd given her a drink, and she was a bit uncomfortable, but I managed to get her to sit down, and we were both sitting down in the living room together. And I put my head down just for a minute, and then she screamed, and she goes, "Did you see it? Did you see it?" And she was like, I looked up, and I saw the feet running. That's on the stairs, and that's what I saw. And she did run down the drive, and I had to run after her with the intercom thing to give her it. It felt like a prat, no shoes on, running out the bloody door, and she left half of it here. So I've still got the plug from the intercom because you can just believe that you can have it. And she went, and she goes, "I ain't coming back. Never asked me to come back to your house again." And I was like, "Okay, oh, here we go." She goes, "Your house is bad." And she did what? So, and that wasn't that long ago. That was only what I would say less than 6 weeks ago. I think it was less than 6 weeks ago, maybe 7 weeks, if that. I don't even think it was that long. See, I lose track of time here. That's something else because I don't sleep. I don't even know what day it is half the time. But yeah, some get walking up the stairs. Oh, I'm sorry, Sarah. Bad language.
That's okay. I've got a few things. Barbie was saying that she reckons the mirrors are in your place of portals, and I was just
Sorry.
asking the mirrors.
Oh, I've taken that many mirrors down in this place. Not funny. I mean, I've got. I think
I've,
it's 7 foot.
I've asked what can be done, and I've actually taken a picture of what Barbie's written down. What can be done. So what I'll do later on, I'll actually send you them on Hangout.
Thank
What
you.
Barbie's written.
I'll be brilliant. Thanks, thanks, Barbie.
Oh, and sage the house up as well.
That don't work. This
Uh,
place has been saged up to 4 times, literally, and that don't work. That just aggravates it even more. What it does is it moves to one corner, to the other corner, to the other corner, even with the door, when I leave the doors and one window open.
I think you just need a team of people in there all at the same time, always sage sticks, and I'll just all hit in the rooms all at exactly the same time. So it can't. There's no room that it can go and hide in, because everybody's hitting every area all at the same time.
I'm gonna need some things out, because, like I said, if I don't get this sorted, I won't be around. I mean, I'm ill as it is. I mean, I've had an emergency phone call from my doctor that has been begging my other half to get me in to see him. So I'm just wondering, like, have they found something else when they thought they'd just got rid of it? But he's on the panic, and I can't do anything about that because I'm here. So I have to wait till I go home. So I've got a feeling,
That's
you
not
know,
good.
whatever's that it's doing in here has actually made whatever that's going on in my body, which they thought they'd cured, because I've just gone through my last session of chemo, hence
That's right.
losing the hair. And I've just finished my last course of that, and now I get a phone call. Ruby gets a phone call. He's about 6, begging me to go back to see the doctor. The doctor needs to see me. So I don't know. I don't know. That I'm not looking forward to, Dara. If we don't clean this house out, I will not be here, because whatever it is, it's definitely trying to kill me. I promise you, Zara.
I would say it needs to be hit, and it needs to be hit hard, and it needs to be hit from every single angle possible, and all at the same time. Not just one room, then the next, then the next. Everywhere needs to be hit all at the same time, I think.
Oh God, sorry. Don't start moving that attic. I'm seeing lights flashing. I'm sorry.
I know it here. When we're streaming, Glenn and I have spoken to whatever it is there, and it has responded to us. Even said my name. So I know that the spirit is very intelligent. They're not as stupid as what they make out.
No, they're not. I mean, they don't even use the equipment in here half the time. You can see them moving around. They don't even use the equipment. And this is how I know they're bypassing it. They do sometimes, but you can physically see them walking, like stepping. And also, I found a bit interesting, because people have always asked me, with this being wooden stairs, yeah, and they can either right up and down the stairs, and then a great big massive runs.
Yeah.
It was pretty loud tonight. I mean, it was really working its way up, and I was getting more and more nerves. And it was the tipping that we're hearing sounds like something with no shoes on, because when you hear the running up the stairs, like, then it starts to grunt, and you hear that quite a lot. So it could something.
It's crazy.
I'm actually hearing that. I'm wondering there. I'm just wondering, you know, what it is that's not got no shoes on, because it does. I didn't think of that till somebody mentioned, because I was like, it doesn't sound like it's got shoes on, but you know it's coming up and down the stairs. So it's like it can start as soon as I put the stream on, and I can go down the stairs.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, Rose, do you know if there's a local Wiccan circle in the area of your mum's?
Say that again.
Do you know if there's a local Wiccan, a local coven in your mum's
That's
area?
just easy. Don't know. That's I've not lived here properly for what 30 odd years, I could say. I was 21 when I moved from here. But I kept, you know, I did keep, sorry, I'm being quiet because something's hanging. I did keep coming up, but not as much, because my kids didn't like coming here. I had a problem with my kids didn't like to come stay here at all. So I ended up coming back here less and less. But I don't know a lot about what's what. I ended up contacting
Maybe if you get a chance, when you're back home, or you know, even when you're just outside, but you've got local somewhere, is maybe try and look up your mum's area in a local Wiccan group.
I'm going to find something.
Because maybe if they're alive enough Wiccan group, you can hit the house all at the same time, even if it only.
Hang on a minute, Zara. Just give me a minute, Zara. I don't close these doors right in here. I'm going to get, because something's already spattered me. It's because we're going around in these rooms, and if I don't close it, it's going to. Sorry, I had to. That door was hovering out, well, inside, peering at me on the lock where I usually lock up when the doors at straight ahead. So I've had to lock that and close the other door because them two, I know the portals and them two. So sorry, I had to close them because something was moving the door and I didn't want it to come out and jump at me. Otherwise, you know, it would have heard me swear and then you wouldn't have heard from me for about 15 minutes. Okay. Let's see how that does.
I was going to say, when you do get the time, maybe have a look and see if there is a local Wiccan group in the area. Maybe try and speak to them and explain the situation, and maybe get all of them round if it's a large group, and get them to stage the house with you all at the same time and just hit it from all directions.
Oh God, here we go. Yeah, that didn't work. Sorry. Yeah, that would be a good idea. So the Wickers added. Oh, get out of your bedroom. Sorry.
No worries.
It's all right. What you're gonna hear is scraping me now. I'm in the hallway. That bed's gonna move. So if you hear scrape, you'll know what that is. Because there's something flashing around the bed. No. Sorry, I better warn you now. I'm just sort of like half in and half. Well, I'm actually more in the hallway now, and I must be stupid because I can't go sit in the bedroom, because if it's in the bedroom, the bed will move while I'm on it. So, Zara, I can't tell you. I'm sat here and I don't know where to look. That's just how it is. I don't know where to look. I don't know. I'm just.
I understand.
Even with the lights on, Zara. Even with the lights on, a nice big massive orb is just headed on from this. Even with it, I sleep in here, right? Unless I'm streaming, that is. But even then, right? If I'm streaming downstairs, I will have the hallway light on. Why is that light come on? The lights come on in that bloody room. Just.
Now, I was just going to explain something a minute, Rose. Now, what you're hearing Rose keep going on about, this is the type of things that when she's at her mum's place, it's 24/7. Um, and
It's
this is
just switched the light on, Zara, in that room.
which one, the little one.
The room are locked.
Mm.
There's a door when you go. Oh, right, okay, something's just come up because I've got like it's like a sensor, right? And it only goes off if something goes. Oh, for God's sake!
You're right, Rose.
It's big.
You okay?
My my nerves are actually shattered. That was big. I'm not safe anywhere. That was big, Zara. That was a hell of an old, big, massive thing. That's in my bedroom. Like I said, no, I'm sorry. I'm. Oh, look. I'm trying not like. I don't know where I look. I go downstairs. You see the same. So I'm in the kitchen. You see the same. Something's
Mm.
hovering really bad in my bed. I can't explain what I've just seen. I've been spat at already tonight. I just want it, Zara, to let me sleep.
I
Just
know.
let me.
I know.
That's all I want. You know, I try and get a couple of hours even in the day. Won't even let me do that. I've given up now. I just nap like cat nap. That's all I can do.
Well,
And then I get.
right. So afterwards, let me know the area that your mum's house is in, because I belong to a couple of booking groups on Facebook, and I can have a bit of an ask around.
Well, it's in Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough.
Mm.
Okay.
Oh, oh dear. Oh God, I hope that wardrobe doesn't open. I'm gonna run. Listen, if I run, you have to excuse me, okay? Because I'm not joking. You know where I go. That was bad.
We'll get you sorted somehow, Rose.
I
I
can't.
think if everyone as a whole community, if everybody could put their feelers out, for the Wiccan, spiritual, paranormal teams, if we can find anything that can help you try and get rid of this.
We have to. Because like I said, the tomorrows,
Mm,
I can guarantee you that if we don't sort this out, if I'm not already halfway there now, because what the doctors are saying, I'm going to be
I
gone.
know.
Trust me.
I
I
know,
know.
darling.
I know how I've aged. I have really aged in 5 months. Even despite of all my illnesses, these past 5 months, I look like I'm on drugs. My face is drawn in,
Well,
and
I
I am.
when you are down at home, you do look a lot healthier than when you are at your mum's. I've
Yeah,
seen.
I've really. Yeah, that's. I'm drawn in. Literally, my
Mm,
face is drawn in. My mum's even noticed my eyes are like sinking in. Is because it's just drawn out, drawn everything, and I'm tired, and I'm emotionally and physically tired,
I know.
and yeah, it is. Trust me. I'm glad. Oh, that was a biggie. Okay, uh, that was on the stairs. See, I'm seeing more and more with my eyes. Um, You know, I've seen Kevin attacked with my eyes, and it's like it's heightened my senses in here 100%. Apart from, like I said, I do hear the growls in here quite regularly, but sometimes I don't. But they're there because you can literally hear them. And I am quite seem to be more psychically aware, which is weird because I'm seeing a lot more stuff, and it's sort of like even Kevin, my hubby, said the same thing. I seem to be psychically aware more and feel more than I've ever done. I mean, you know what I'm like with my haunted dolls. I can't even.
I do.
I can't. You know, I haven't really. I can't even be bothered. Right, but I've. This is what I am going to do. I've always loved the paranormal. What got me into the paranormal is what happened to me as a child, and my quest was really to find out why um, this happened to people. You know, happens to people, and you know, and life after death, and which I already knew about because I was living in it. But at the time, I wanted to experience other things. But now I'm back into this, and it's banging. Now I'm back into this again in this house. I have decided now that I will be leaving the paranormal. I don't want to do no more orbs again. I don't want to do no more paranormal, no more haunted dolls because this place has taught me a lesson. And the worst thing about it is this the place that started me on the paranormal.
It's a place that's going to make you finish the paranormal.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I now don't want to do. I mean, even I don't even want to do my haunted dolls. I went into that room. I thought that I might have brought something back, which I know whatever it is attached to the property. But these newbies that have been brought in, I'm wondering if I actually brought one home that followed us home because when I went home, I went into because I usually when I go home, I go in to see the haunted dolls and I'll say hello to them, acknowledge them. And I walked into that room and I heard an almighty growl. And I had to close the door and I was white as sheep. And I said to Kevin that I'd heard a growl and he went very quiet. And then that night, we've been seeing really, really nasty things on the ceiling, really dark, dark. I mean, we had that problem before, but this is different. And Kevin said that the atmosphere is different. So I am wondering if, like I said, that one of these spirits that they've brought in has actually followed me home to finish off the job there as well. Because I started to have a few problems there trying to sleep. And I ended up having to sleep with the bedroom door open with the light on. And you can hear things moving around. Oh, shit. Sorry. You can hear things moving.
I say it's fine. I'm not monetized, Rose, so it doesn't matter. You know,
You're not what, sorry?
The odd slip doesn't matter.
What, we swearing? I'm not hearing. It's cutting out, messing.
I was going to say, you know, the odd slip of the odd swear word, you know, with the circumstances that you've got at the moment.
I'm trying not to swear. Trust me.
It's fine.
No, not on somebody else. It's not nice. I'll swear like a truth bomb, man, and put it to 19. After, don't mean to, but it just comes out. But yeah, so I've got a feeling I might have something's come with me from here to man and is starting to bleed there because I was having.
Well, look, what I'm going to do after the stream, I'm going to send you what Barbie wrote down in the chat.
Thank you.
And give that a try, and hopefully that even if it helps settle things down temporarily, then as long as it gives you a little bit of a relief.
I'll never get any relief. The only way I'm going to get relief is
So,
to
but
get rid.
even if it's only you know a slightly reduced to what you're having at the moment, then that's better than nothing.
Yeah, I'm really grateful to Barbara. I'm grateful to you. I'm babbling on like some mad woman here, and I can't get my words out. I'm as mad as a hatter when I'm here. Seriously, because I just can't. My mind's fuzzy. It's constantly fuzzy. It's not my own, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I understand.
I mean, I'm up here, and I'm sort of like got me back to a radiator in the hallway because I can't go into the
Mm,
bedroom, and I shouldn't be in the hallway because I. But even
that's
if I went
crazy.
downstairs, the same thing. And it's
I
amazing,
know.
you're talking and you can't hear the growling.
I know.
Oh,
It's
okay.
crazy.
That was
Well, I think
anyway.
what I'm going to do, I'm going to slowly wrap the stream up now.
Okay.
Glenn, I don't know if you think you want to have an answer about at all.
Yeah, just one question, Rose. Has the house got a cellar?
No, but the funny thing is, there's a cupboard that downstairs, and it's like under the stairs, and and you get a lot of banging from that cupboard up the stairs, and I've had to put like a table thing in front of that door because if you stick a K2 meter near that door, within half an hour, it usually starts kicking off and doesn't stop. So it bangs up from under the stairs, which is the cupboard up the stairs.
Yeah, is the property on a row? Has it got houses either side of it?
No,
So is it an end house or is it a standalone?
right, where I live, it's all houses all the way down, but our house isn't like anybody else's. And then we've got one more neighbour next door, and then there's a road. But our house is different than anybody else's house on the estate. Everyone here on this estate are actually bungalows. This house is a 4 bedroom house with a 3 bed upstairs. Actually, it's a 2 bed upstairs, an office, and then downstairs is another 2 bed. And then you've got your kitchen, your bathroom, your living room. This house, as it is,
What
it's different than any.
what year what year was the house built?
Right. The land was sold off in the beginning of the 60s. They sold it off to somebody to build houses. The houses were finished in the late 60s. The people who moved in and moved out who sold the house for £500 were actually the first people who moved in. We actually the second lot that's moved in.
And on that, where you actually live, was that the first house that was built in that area?
Don't know. But this house isn't like anybody else's.
Yeah, I just wondered. We saying bungalows. Bungalows are relatively new, like a new in the last 35, 40 years.
This is banging.
So I was just wondering if
This estate, we got the plans, this estate was built in the late 60s.
right, okay.
That's how I know. The person bought all the land, they closed down all the mills because underneath here, I mean, they had to tap all the water because there was water underneath the properties. Because it was a mill and it was a farm and everything. And I know they tapped all the water underneath the properties around here. That I did find out for definite what was on here. So we did have a stream running all down the road. That I know. I thought it could have been mining because of all the clanging that we do hear sometimes, but it wasn't. It was actually
far away is the stream?
Say again?
How far away is the stream from the property?
It built on top of them.
So the property is actually built on top of the original street?
Yes. Which they've closed off. Don't know how. Yeah. I have no idea on the building side, but they actually built the houses that are on top. And this is what I mean. This is where they hung that guy. There was a stream, and they hung him on a conker tree, which is chestnut tree, I think. And it's a conker tree, which I didn't even know. Shoot the brain cell. But where we had a tree that was in between the conservatory and the bedroom, which was the conker tree, and that's where they hung him. So when he was swinging in the garden before we had the conservatory, and in the bedroom. That's where he was swinging when they hung him, by the stream, which we were on top of it, and then they hid his body. And that's it. And I'm pretty sure that the shadow man's body is actually buried somewhere under the property.
Right. Okay. So what did they do with the stream then? Did they just cover it up, or did they divert the stream?
Right. As far as I know, they piped a lot of it. I don't know anything about building. Yeah, I know nothing about building houses and what. As far as I know, there was apparently the guy had told me, I'm stuttering because that he might have told me, but anyway, they piped it all off. They filled it in, but piped, like the water in pipes underground. So if you think about it, because all the water here where I actually live is fresh water, because we live under the hills. Yeah, so all the water is fresh. So they piped all the water. They filled in so far, but piped the rest of it, so the water's now flowing all the way down, right down, and the water's coming from that into the reservoir. That's all I can tell you. That's all I know. I have no idea.
Yeah, see, it explains a lot of things actually. If you've actually got water actually running underneath the property in that volume.
Yeah, well, that was used on the farm in the mill. They used to use that stream. That's all I found out yet, with some of the interesting things that we're finding out, and we're still learning, bit by bit about what, because this was flattened. There was no houses until the late 60s. Like I said, there was only one person that was in here before us, and they lasted 3 years, maybe less than that.
And what was it before? Was it farmland?
It was a farmland and a mill.
The mill would have been on the stream then.
Yeah.
Yeah, because adjacent to my property, I've got a river where there used to be an old mill from round about the turn of the century. And that's what they used to do a lot of back in the day. They used to build mills along the streams because they used to use it as a power source.
Well, I know that sometimes you can hear water when I'm streaming, because my husband has said the same thing. You can hear the banging, he's also heard like water. We've had groups in here that thought my taps have been on because they've heard the water, but the taps have not been on.
Have you had any nasty smells?
The smells I get in here, to be honest with you, smell a certain one in here that smell like poo. When they get too close, it smells like poo. I can see the other way, but I won't. It smells like poo. The others, like I said, the woman, when she cooks, she can smell garlic in here sometimes. But when them come too close, they smell like poo.
Charming.
Exactly.
Yeah, quite interesting.
That's what they smell like, poo. And foistiness. Two of the things you get, the foistiness and the poo.
Yeah, the house doesn't look damp though. The house looks relatively well kept, so
It's not
doesn't
damp.
look.
The house is not damp. The
No.
house is in bed. We've never suffered with damp, but the house is constantly cold. So you work that one out. This house, no matter how much money they've spent for double glazing doors, double glazing windows, they cannot get this house warm.
Yeah. See, running water can change the ambience of the air. You know, can keep it chilled if you've got fresh running water underneath it. Does
Yeah,
it?
but
You know, like when you get, do you know when you get a lot of rain in the area,
yeah,
and you obviously you said like you've got hills where the stream comes from.
yeah.
When the rain hits the hills, obviously it's going to increase the pressure in the water system underneath you. So I was just wondering, like, if things increased, like in activity when you have more rain in the area.
No, it's like this at the summer as well. How
Mm.
it's that cold in here even in the summer. It's warmer even now when it's bloody freezing outside. It is warmer outside than what it is in here. Even in the summer months, we have to go outside in the sun because the house inside is ice. Now, when it
Yeah,
rains, because we live on a bank, right? Out we are down, but down low down bank. And when it rains here, the water basically comes down bank. And if they get a lot of rain, which they do down this end, it can block drains up and everything. We have a problem, especially with our drain, can get very easily blocked up and water's overflowing everywhere. Which it's a good thing that we're living down bank. I wouldn't like to live up bank like some of the other houses right up the area. Um, so yeah, we do get a problem with the water if it rains too much. But as for the paranormal activity in here, it's like this 24 hours, whether it's sunny, whether it's warm, whether it's raining, whether it's snowing, whether it does not make no difference.
you do know that water does increase paranormal activity, though, don't you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I only just found out about this stream last night.
Yeah.
I knew nothing.
Okay, sweetie, I'll hand you back to Zara.
Excellent, thank you. I hope
All right, hon.
I've answered some of your questions anyway.
You have indeed.
You'll have to come up, Glenn, you know.
I know, it's a long way for me to come there, you know.
Where are you?
I'm in Nottingham.
Well, you can get a bus called Mega Bus. It'll only cost you 30 quid.
No, stop that, I'll drive up.
A couple of, your team or whatever, and you can come up and spend a couple of days in here if you want, and but you won't sleep.
Yeah, I'm actually quite intrigued, Rose, so I might actually hold you to that.
Right, well, it's okay. We can sort something out. We can definitely sort something out. Like I said, you're going to need a couple of days, 2 or 3 days, because sometimes in here, what it does is it tricks you, and you don't always hear what it's doing. So I would, yeah, I definitely would, because you won't get no sleep. By the time you leave here, you'll be knackered. As long as you don't shout and bawl at it, though, for God's sake, because I don't want it ramping up anymore, because somebody did that and I got the back end of it, trust me.
Rose, Glenn's old school paranormal investigator is over 100 investigations.
Hang on, can you, sorry, say that again? It's cutting.
Glenn is an old school paranormal investigator. He's been doing it for 30 odd years. He's done over 600 investigations.
Oh, that'd be good. Old
And
school.
200 of them for the church.
That'd be brilliant, because I'm what's it, aren't I? I'm 54, so you can't get any more old school than that. Well, 55 soon, actually. I'm getting to be right old like I am. I don't like admitting my age. When look at the mirror, you might as well just, to be honest, how old you are, because you can't get away with bloody 30 no more, can you? I used to be able to get away with that, Zara, until I moved back down this dump. Even me slap on doesn't make me look any younger now. I look in the mirror, I think, who the hell is that? Oh, it's me.
Yeah.
Seriously, no, Zara, I have really aged. I have really aged. I mean, the time
In the year and a
before
half that
he,
I've known you, hon, I've seen what it's done to you.
well, the funny thing is, Zara, before it was a couple of weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago, I don't suffer with cold sores, never have done, right? I might get the occasional little itch on my lip, but never anything bad. And I'm not joking, Sarah, the most humongous, two big black things on my lip. I had never seen anything like it, right? And they were black on my lips. And when Kevin come to pick me up, we went, oh, I went, don't say anything. As soon as
Oh,
I got out of the house and sat in the car, them black things that were on my lip, they were like scabs fell off. And underneath them was nothing.
oh wow. This is
I've got
crazy.
no scar. I've got no scarring. Kevin thought I was going to end up having a big, looking like Quasimodo. That's how bad they were, and they just dropped off. I sat in the car. They dropped off, and Kevin looked at me. He goes, "Oh my god!" And I goes, "What?" He goes, "It's dropped off." I said, "What? What?" They'd gone. There was nothing at all in my mouth. Nothing. Where them black things were. And I thought there might have been cold spots, but couldn't work out where I've caught them because I don't suffer them. So wear that one out.
This is crazy.
Crazy isn't the word. I sound crazy. How do you think I feel telling people my story?
I
People.
I know.
Yeah, well, exactly. People be thinking of bloody Rose again. They're fraudster. Well, come to my house. If you think I'm fraud, if this is all false, come to my house. And then you will go back and you will be great. Don't blame me.
Watch the
If you think I'm falsing you, go ahead. Yeah, check for yourself. Because when these streams are going down, you see me or you hear me. If I'm downstairs and I'm starting them streams, right? If Kevin's here, you see me and Kevin go out the door. You hear us lock the door. And then you hear us a few hours after coming in the same way. It's like if I'm streaming upstairs, you will hear me say goodbye. Then you will hear like today I did a runner because so what happened, and you'll see me going out, or you'll hear me going out the door, and you'll hear the door slam. So there's nothing in the house, just whatever that's living in here. I'm out the house. So if you think it's not real, then you're the one, as I put it, they're the ones that have got a problem because I put everything on live.
True.
Because I'm no good at doing videos. I'll try, but I'm not great at cutting. Look what I did when I took that sound thing. I double dosed, didn't I? Blooming me going out the door twice. I just don't know how to cut, paste, and make proper videos. I don't know how to do that, but that doesn't matter. I'd rather leave it running raw so you can see and hear before. Actually, you do. A lot of you hear and see stuff before I do because I'm not here.
Sometimes that's the best way, Rose. Keeping it raw. Keeping it raw.
Sorry?
I was going to say sometimes that's the best way is just to keep the video footage completely raw.
Yeah, well, that's what I do. It's easy for me to just switch it on and go to bed or go out. And if nothing happens, it hasn't happened. If it happens, good luck to you. You've actually seen to it. And it's not cost you anything. It's actually free to sit in your front room with a cup of coffee and a fag and a packet of crisps or your popcorn with your feet up.
And we had a bit of armchair investigating, shall we call it?
Well, that's exactly what it is. Armchair investigation. And you don't even have to go out your house to bed. Just sit on your ass all day
That's true.
and just watch something that you know that's going to happen. And then by the time it's finished, you're scratching your head because you can't work out what it's saying, what it's doing, where it's going. And then you see me running in and out. You'll see my ass now and again running downstairs, and I'm swearing at, and then like today I ran at it with a brush because I was sick of it. You'll see me doing some weird things, but it's all raw. It's all real because I've got nothing to hide. I want to share this place with yous. That's what I want to do. I think that it's nice actually that I'm doing something because I could be making things worse, which I'm not doing, but I could be. But I want everyone to see and feel and hear what it's like for me to have to live like this and be frightened 24 hours a day. Feel what I'm feeling. Even though you can't be here, watch it, feel it, enjoy it, run a mile, do whatever. I'm sharing. I want to share, Zara. I want to share this home. And I'm hoping when I eventually share that I do sell a house, that a paranormal team will actually buy this because this place, as it
Say that again, Rose. Hello.
sorry, I mean it's walking up the stairs. Sorry. I want they should use this like a paranormal hot field and study this property. They need to, whoever wants to buy this, they can study this. I don't want to sell it to another family because I don't want the kids. This is a family house. I don't want no kid or kids to move in here and have to endure what I endured from the age of 7. So this place is better off being sold to a paranormal team where they can study it day after day after day, get to understand it. This is why I've got a scientist I've got to contact them to make another date. I've got a scientist that's going to come to the house and stay for a few days and do it as scientific way, and he wants to sit with me and he wants to see exactly, like an eye to eye and see exactly what's going on, which is good because it's a scientific way.
Well, yeah, of course.
So I've got to make that.
I don't know if anybody picked that up in chat then, but there was a man's voice came in just before Rose started talking about 30 seconds ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why I went quiet because it came after the coming upstairs. And
I've timestamped the stream on, so I'll go back and have a listen to that.
It's wrong.
He said the man said 2 words. It was a male voice. He said 2 words. I didn't catch the first one, but the second word he said sounded like something fall or something with fall at the end of it.
As long as he's not telling me to get out again, because he tells me to get out quite regularly. He runs up, and I think that's why sometimes it runs up and down the stairs, and I don't always hear it. But you do actually hear him telling me to get out in that grumpy voice. So, and I don't know why he wants me to get out of my own house, and cheeky little mare. Okay, so he was on the land first. They were on the land first. But at the end of the day, I live here. I mean, I wouldn't mind sharing my house with a spirit if they were good spirits. But these are not good spirits, so I want them out. I can't share my home with these. It's going to destroy everybody. It's destroying Kevin. He's ill every time he comes down here because he gets attacked in his neck, in his head, in his arm, and you can physically see them. The worst thing about all this, you can physically see them attacking him through your own eyes. Last time he was here, I said to him, Kevin, and he went, I've just seen that attack you. So I see it. You can see it with your own eyes. So, yeah, it's moving. Anytime I go a bit quiet, I just hear the little pitter patter coming up the stairs. So, it's getting a bit not in a very good mood. So, I don't know. But I do believe that there's good spirits, believe that they are.
I
Do
noticed
travel
that
down.
those connections starting to attract static.
Yeah.
It's too close. It's that close. It does mess with the internet. Like today when I said that, I suggested that prayer, the St. Michael's prayer, and despite me, it cut the internet off.
Question from chat, Rose. Barbie is asking, who was the gentleman that was hung?
Right. He was a very, very bad guy. He was, and it makes sense because the shadow man was over 6 foot. What he was doing, he was a village bully. What he was doing, he was bullying everybody. Everybody didn't like him. And he pushed himself too far, basically, when he sexually assaulted a woman, a child, a 17-year-old, so in between age, if you know what I mean, not young, but not sexually. And he raped her, and the villagers had had enough of him, and they hung him illegally, literally. They just put him on they sat him on a wooden bench thing. It was a makeshift hanger. Sat him on there, put the rope around his neck tight, and then let him go. So he was swimming over the stream, which is where the conservatory is, between the conservatory and between the bedroom downstairs. There was a massive conservatory there. So he was the village bully and people level. And yeah, I'm saying something right because it's banging. So he was bad in life, and oi, hey, that was a bit close. He was bad in life and died the same way, basically. Whether he sold his soul to the devil, I don't know. I don't know. But all I can tell you is that shadow man was the one that's done everything really bad. I thought it was the Hat Man. The Hat Man's creepy thing. He basically, when he wants to start on you, you'll see white hands coming through the walls. I've seen them, my husband's seen them, my mother's seen them. They're like white hands with really long, long fingers that come through the wall towards you, and you physically see it.
Do you know what? Do you know what year he was hanged?
I'll be right back.
Rose, do you know what year it was that the guy was hanged?
Not sure whether it was in the 1600s.
In the 1600s?
Yes. That's the date we get.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
The thing is, there was a lot of it about back in those times, Rose.
Well, I don't know. All I know is they hung him illegally and hid his body. That is all I know. And it came out in the end, but people found out. But they could.
You want to ask those people that live adjacent to you if they've had any activity themselves, because you might be quite surprised, you know.
I have done. I have asked.
And what have they said?
They've said no, but my other neighbour said they can hear everything that's going on. She's disabled, you see, so and she was going mad with me saying, asking me what all the banging. So she's hearing the banging from my house, thinking it's me having a party. But
so they've had activity as well.
No activity whatsoever.
No.
I've asked. There's only this house that I said, which looks different than everybody else's. There are two houses on the end of the road. These mine and next door. These have got like upstairs, but our house is built differently from the corner house, and the rest of the houses on this estate are actually bungalows or bungalow things. I mean, I've not been into everything. They all look like bungalows to me because I can't see no upstairs. I could be wrong. I don't know, but they all look like bungalows, and our house looks massive compared to even our neighbours.
Yeah, it sounds like your that house was the first build.
Could well have been.
Does it look older?
Say again.
Does it look older than the other houses, even those that are attached?
I've only got one house attached, and
And
that's
you're and the
yeah.
house that you're in, that looks older from the outside, does it?
No. Well, you see, we must put cladding on, so God knows. We've had cladding on when Coronation Street. Remember the 70s and Coronation Street and Jack and V. Duckworth put the
Yeah,
cladding on the
that's
walls,
right.
remember? And painted it blue. Well, my mum put
Right.
70s, they all put cladding on the outside of the house and painted it, you know what I mean? Because of V. Duckworth, I believe Coronation Street. So we were all cladded. She's put cladding all the way around the house and it's painted cream. So I wouldn't know what it looked like underneath because I can't remember that far back. I can only remember what happened to me when I was here, but can't remember what the house looked like before they put the cladding on, if that makes sense.
Have
Because
you got
we
open
went,
coal fire in there?
hey?
Have you got open coal fire in there?
No.
So, so what happened
It,
to the coal fires then? Were they boarded up?
actually, funny enough, you're saying that. Funny enough, you're weird. We've got a chimney breast, right? And the water comes down sometimes. Behind the back of the gas fire, there is a fireplace. So yes, there probably was a coal fire here
Yeah,
because there is.
if it was built late 60s, it would definitely have had a coal fire because all the properties in the UK at that time actually used to have coal fires. It was all coal then back in the day.
Yeah. So she put fire in front of the chimney, the original. But yeah, you see, with me is like I said, my memory. I think the people who moved in. Oh, I'm not going to lie to you, I can't remember. All I know is behind the back of the gas fire, there is a coal where there used to be a coal place because we've got a chimney that goes all the way up. That I do know because you can hear the pigeons sometimes. In the summer months, the pigeons will go on top of the chimneys and you just hear whoop, whoop, and it sounds like down the blooming chimneys that loud. So, yeah.
So do you know that chimney breast? Does that actually extend up into the upper floor, into the bedroom? So would the one of the main bedrooms upstairs had a coal fire in it? Because a lot of the houses that were built in that time used to have a coal fire in the main bedroom.
Oh, okay. That was a bit. It's okay. Do you know? Sorry, it's something's forming in here, and it's going to get bigger. No, there is no coal fire, no chimneys in any of the bedrooms.
Right.
When
Okay.
we moved in here, my mum had to put central heating in. There was no central heating in the house. And the central heaters came in, if I remember rightly, in the middle of the 70s, sort of 70s, early 80s. And my mum got a central heating system put in, which, like I said, it's a waste of time putting on because you're just blowing your money out the window because it doesn't get warm. So, that, as far as I know, and as far as I remember, no, there is no chimney breast. We did have one in the old house before we moved in. I remember that Laycock Street. It was all coal fires, but here they were quite modern, as far as I can remember. And if I remember rightly, we did. We did. We had a gold gas fire. But there was a gold gas fire in the front room. So I think the people that were in the year before us got had a gold fire because I remember my mum didn't like it and she changed it. So I think that the people, no correction, I am sure that people put their own gas fire in because I remember this big old fashioned. It was gold and green bloody gas fire, really old fashioned one. So, and something just coming upstairs again. So basically, they actually changed it themselves now, thinking back from coal. to gas. So that's all I can. But they were only here for 3 years, so they're the ones that changed it. But we didn't. There was no central heating. So when my mum moved in here, she couldn't afford to get the fire changing. See, I'm thinking that everything's coming back now as I'm talking to you, and I must get me. What I want to.
Yeah, see, that's what a good investigator does. He asks us all the right questions, Rose.
Sorry.
That's why you need to get up there, Glenn.
I will watch it. I will try and find. I took a load of photos down because I thought my mum was going to move into Stoke like yesterday. So I'm trying to get her up to Stoke. And I took a lot of stuff to Stoke. What I'm going to do is when I get time when I go home, and Kevin will go mad because the attic's that full. I'm going to get him to have a look and bring some of the photographs down because I'm pretty sure there'll be a photograph in there from when we moved in, and I'm pretty sure that goes.
I'm done with you now anyway, Rose, until I get up there. I'll give you back to Zara now.
No, carry on. I'm fine. I'm just chatting in chat.
I've got what I needed out of you, Rose.
You're doing your inventory.
But I'll get that photograph out of that gas fire because I remember it now. It was definitely golden green and it was funky. It was not nice. One of them funky ones from the 70s. Because I know my mum hated it but couldn't afford to change it for a while. Now she's got an even more funky one in there. I said I do put it on and I have to sit right on top of it, but you know you got to keep all the doors closed because if you don't, then they tend to you can feel them under your feet. So I just don't see the point of putting the heating on.
Do you know something, Rose? I was actually in Middlesbrough last week.
Are you joking?
It
No.
was actually.
Well, I bloody never see. You know it's a crap hole then.
I'll have to choose. I'll have to choose my jobs proper when they come in next, and then pop in and see you.
When you go back to Stoke, I mean, when you go Middlesbrough again?
How long's a piece of string, Rose? I don't know. It's just how the work comes in. That's all. But
okay.
yeah, I actually thought you was in Newcastle, which isn't obviously not far away.
Yeah, it's about an hour in it for me.
It's on the other side of you, isn't it? But I was actually in Newcastle as well last week, so I passed you twice.
Wow. Well, you weren't meant to come then that time.
Oh, no, obviously not.
Next time, maybe.
So,
next time, I promise.
well, when you're down and you find out, just give me a holler and I can pass over the address.
I will.
I'll have to make it. I just hope it's going to be the time when you're due to come up. I'm actually up here because I do 2 weeks on and 2 weeks off. So that's, and if you know, that'll be great if you could pop in and actually feel the place out because you're not going to like it. Everybody that comes in don't like it. Oh God, that's a big one. That was black. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, Marie, if I come up to see you, I won't be able to like get away.
Who's Marie?
Maria Beazle.
Oh, she's lovely. I love Marie.
She's got lots of sets of handcuffs. I'm not going anywhere near her house.
No, I'm not into that. Thanks very much, Marie. You naughty girl. Fluffy handcuffs, though.
Very naughty. Very, very lovely.
She is. She's a lovely lady.
She is.
Yeah, I like Marie. I've not spoken to her for a while, but I do like that. She makes me laugh. I think actually you all do. I mean, that's why I love YouTube so much because everybody can just chat and feel no way. You know, It's there. I like YouTube when there's no hassle. It is nice.
Well, you know me, Rose. I don't do all that stuff. It's all goodbye here. All paranormal, maybe a little bit of whatever in between, but that's it.
That's why I love you, girl.
Oh, bless you,
You've got such a nice soul. You're so calming. That's why I like watching your videos when you go walking in the woods.
I need to do. I was saying to Glenn recently. I haven't done one of them in about about a good 6 months. So one's well overdue.
Yeah. You know, when I watch your video, I feel so relaxed. It makes me just close my eyes
Well,
and listen to your voice.
maybe the next time I do a video, do one of those videos, Rose, I'll dedicate it to you. I'll give
That'll
you a
be
bit.
lovely. Just relax, a nice fag and a cup of coffee and watching you walk through them beautiful woods. In your sexy walk down the woods, say like just talking all like women, I can put it, talking all quiet. But if I someone just walked in my bedroom, if I did one of them videos, yeah, with me swanning across the beautiful woods, and I'll look all nice, and then I'll open your mouth, and it'll be like, huh? This would
Well,
you got.
I do have to say I am quite lucky. I only need to look outside the skylight here, and I do see the woods.
It's beautiful. I look
You can,
outside
you
and I
can
see
also
hills.
see the Austrian mountains.
And no, you can't actually. Yeah, when I first moved in here in 2003, I used to see maybe about that much of Wendelstein, which is one of the mountains that's sort of that direction. But over the years of living here, obviously the pine trees have grown and I can't see the top of the mountain now. But if I walk maybe about 10 minutes or so and it's empty, then yeah, you can get a panoramic view of the mountains.
I like them. From my gate or from the bedroom here, when you look out the window, yeah, we live under hills, and it's actually really nice, especially when it's clear, to actually look out the window or just stand outside the gate and just look at the hill. One big hill. I remember it took us 2.5 hours to climb that. Me, my mum, and my sister. We'd blooming and my brother. We used to go climbing in the summer months. And yes, I've got a sister, and no, nobody's met her. And yes, she's around on YouTube, but that's my business. And we used to walk. We used to do a lot of walking up Eston Hills. I've said the name. We used to go walking in the hills, and we used to love it in the summer months, but it used to take hours. I don't know about you, I find when you're going up, it's brilliant. It's like when you go for them big long walks, it's so thrilling. But when it comes to you having to walk back, oh my God, it feels like you've walked miles and it takes longer to walk back than what it did for you to walk there. That's the only thing I hated about going on long walks. That's the only thing. Because I'm a bit lazy when it comes up. But I do like them. I do like long walks. And I need to do a few of them. I'd love to do a video like you do. I really would, but the way I talk really, really common. And you know, I can sound really aggressive with it. It's not, it's just
I don't talk posh at all. Apparently I do, but
there you are. You
no,
do talk a bit posh.
no, but for coming from Brighton, I actually talk quite common.
No, you want to know what common is? Me. That's common. You can't get any more commoner than me. Come on. I couldn't do one of them videos walking down a blinking beautiful, beautiful place. I'm all dressed up with a little bit of makeup on, walking down the road, and then all of a sudden I go, hey up, duck.
Well, next time I remember, I'll go out walking, and then all of a sudden I'll just go, hey up, duck. How you doing?
Stokey, hey up, duck. I hate that
Hey up.
saying, you know. Oh, honestly, that's what they call everybody in Stoke. is duck. And I'm like,
I
duck?
know.
Yeah,
Hello,
he
Ducky.
sorry, go on.
Or if it's certain areas, it's like, oh, hello.
We go,
Hello.
ours is just like, hiya, how you doing, sweetie? Hey up, pet. You know, when I've never known anybody call anybody an animal until I went to Stoke, which is duck. And I don't like that. You know, I'll tell you, hey up, duck, hey up, duck, hey up, duck. You're like, quack, quack.
You get
Oh,
that a lot in Nottingham.
huh?
You get that a lot in Nottingham, Rose.
What did they say in Nottingham?
I up my duck.
That's the Stokey. Hey, duck. Hey, duck, 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 duck,
Hello,
duck, duck.
Fred.
Oh,
Everyone's Fred, isn't it? Hello, Fred.
Fred. I like Fred. I like
Fred,
that.
Barney Ruggle.
Okay, that's getting a bit out.
If I talk to my brother, I'll call him Fred. I'll say, hello, Fred, how
Yeah,
you doing?
that's true. And
And then,
and one of his brothers is Posh.
Hey, though, isn't it weird though that the more you travel and the more you get to know like the people's ways and how they talk, and you sort of like learn a lot of things and a lot of things like I said the different sayings. I do love to hear different people saying, but not duck, because that
Rose,
ducks is definitely
Rose,
yeah.
the first time my mother seen Zara, she was beating up 3 guys on a live stream. And my mother sat there and she goes, oh, she says, I do like her.
Hey, that was cool, man. Don't mess with Zara. She might be a cool person, but don't mess with Zara. That's
Oh,
all.
she says, I do like her. She's a manny girl, isn't she?
She's nice. That was lovely. Oh, I always like that. I like the way just like the mannerisms. It's just so sweet, calming. Compared to me, I'm
Well,
not.
yeah, I suppose that can be very sweet and calming.
No, you are. You're lovely. At least you've got that little bit about you. And then when you lose your temper, that's something different. But you still got.
No, don't go there. Don't go there, Rose.
Don't go there anymore.
Me, I
We
just
don't want we don't want Zozo out the box.
No, no, no.
When
well,
Zara loses it,
she's funny.
Gilly, no. Every bit we're at global. It's like Glenn and Rose here. They're in the UK. I'm in Germany. Maria's in England. Beazle, Unicorns in Scotland. Soulful Seekers in America. Whispers is England. Wow is England. Mali is America. So we're a global paranormal family.
Yeah, isn't it great?
Oh, Mali's in Canada. Sorry, Wes. Oops.
That's something.
that's actually quite insulting for a Canadian to be called an American.
Yeah, I forget. I forget Wes is in Canada.
It's
Sticking up for you there, Wes.
I know.
These women
nice
will beat
though,
you up if you let them.
it's actually nice how we've got all, we've got people from all over the world. And it's
It
a
is.
really nice connection with you. That's what I like about YouTube and Google. You meet people that you would never meet anywhere.
Yeah, Charm is in Canada.
Okay.
Oh, it's Charlie, my YouTube wife. I love you. Me and you have been married for ages. My YouTube sexy bomb. She's my wife. I'm not watching chat, sorry, because I have a habit of forgetting to stop it, and then I echoed it all out. But yeah, Charmy, baby. Oh, I love Charmy. No, she's been around with me since the day one that I first started YouTube, and she's always been there from day one. I've got a lot of respect for that woman. Love her to
Well, I've
death.
known you, let me think.
Hmm?
Barb is in the Lone Star State.
Barbie's a sweetie. I love
oh, I've
Barbie.
known you, I think it's about a year and a half, Rose.
Is that how long you've known me?
Roughly, yeah. We're coming
Who are
up
you?
for it.
Who are you?
I don't know. It might. I don't know. It might be the same for you.
I feel sorry for anybody that knows me.
Oh,
I'm
you're a
just a man.
darling. You're a darling.
Nah, I'm just me.
I turn around and say exactly the same thing to Glenn when he says a certain thing to me, and it's like, no, I'm just me.
No, you are a sweetie though. You've got a really nice aura around you.
Thank you. You're not the first
My
person
aura.
to say.
Yeah, that's why I liked you when I first saw you. My aura died. I'm just like some. I think I must have a bloody bright red one on mine. Bloody singing he's killed it off. Well, you know where mine's gone. At least you've got a good strong one. Mine's somewhere. Mine's gone the toilet.
I've got to agree with that. You might have an innocent face, Marie, but you are by no means innocent, my dear.
Oh, Marie's not innocent. Not she's got them handcuffs. Anybody
I
that's got hairy handcuffs.
you. Well,
Good job.
no, but
You know it's breathing.
it is great
Oh,
to meet people from all over the world with exactly the same interest and can share that interest with one another.
yeah, that's what.
Hello, Catherine.
Help anybody. Unless I'm not reading chat, I'm afraid.
That's
I
all
can't
right.
unbid these. I'm as blind as a bat. Well, hey
Well,
everyone.
well, you've got Joandy. I'll read you who's in it, Rose. You've got
Thank
Portia,
you.
who's Whispers from Heaven. You've got Soulful Seeker, Barbie. Joanne D, Marley Paranormal, which is Wes. You've got Beezel Spirit Communicator, which is Maria. Then you've got Catherine Holte. You've got Unicorn 3, which is Kirsty. We have Chummy Chams, Gilly Doo. We got a new person in Empathy. We got Stephen. Who else?
Joanne D. Stephen Dennis.
Joanne. I don't know if Danny's still around. That's well, really.
We have Portia, Whispers from Heaven.
I've said Portia.
Did you say Soulful Barbie?
Portia. Yeah, no. Michelle was in here earlier as well, Rose.
Brilliant. Hello everyone. Hello to all the newies I don't know. Some of them I've never heard of. And I'm like scratching my head thinking, oh, new people. I'm being nosy. I don't know about you. Sometimes I'm nosy, you know. On I'm finding paranormal streams and people I didn't even know existed.
And we've got Mary Lou as well.
Oh, Mary Lou, hello.
No, no, sorry, Max. And Ian, sorry, yeah, and Ian.
Ian,
I won't sing the song, Max. Okay.
what song? You gonna sing a
No,
song?
she'll kill me.
Go on. What's your song? Go on, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on, go on. I dare you. Go on, go on, go on, go on.
Only if Max says it's okay, then I will.
Okay. See, it's all right. Let us sing. Come on, put Zara on the spot. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
But I haven't had a yay or a nay from Max yet, so you know.
I'm actually blushing here because Maria's asking me some quiet paranormal questions.
Okay, I won't, Max. I'm not allowed.
Go on, let's see you sing. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Go on, Zara.
I can't. All righty then. Well, it used to be whenever I used to see Mags, it used to be, "Hello, Mary Lou." Na, 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 na. I don't know the rest of them.
Hey, a good start. Things.
Oh, dear.
Don't ask me to sing because I'll break the computer. Seriously.
Yeah, well, I don't tend to sing on live stream.
She does.
Does
No,
she?
You know,
no, I don't.
I'll be talking to her on the phone, Rose, and she'll be cleaning up, and she'll forget that I'm there, and she'll start singing like a little songbird. And I'll say to her, "Zara, was you singing to me then?" And she'll say, "No, I wasn't." I'll say, "You was." "I wasn't." She's always singing.
That's good to sing.
I like singing the Carpenters.
I don't sing, no. I'm
Let's say
tone
your
deaf.
rendition of Top of the World then.
No, I'm not singing.
Go
Go
on.
on, Zara, sing.
No,
Go
I'm
on, go on, go on. Go
singing.
on. Go on. Do a bit of singing. Don't
No.
ask me to sing.
Did we actually get Zozo to blush?
No, I've not gone red yet. You're all right.
You little minx you are, I tell you. The secret minx.
No, I've got many hidden talents.
I bet you have.
She
Talking
has.
about your talents, how's them rabbits doing?
My baby,
How's your rabbit?
fine. Hang on a minute. Kiki, come here. Hang on, I'll get him for you, Rose.
I love them rabbits. Is that Chinese? I just realised she's got a Chinese thing on the wall, hasn't she?
She has.
Ah, interesting.
Cover.
Oh wow! Well, if I knew that, I'd call it Thumper. Oh, you can joke. Oh, I could give that a love. You do know some people in Pakistan actually eat them, don't you?
Yeah, of course. They eat my rear and all.
No,
Catherine,
I would never.
love to see.
I couldn't eat it. I think I only ever tried rabbit once. When I was really young. Nah, I don't like that. I couldn't go buy a rabbit to eat it. Nah, I couldn't. Listen, if we ever had a Holocaust, right, and we had to kill food, to eat, to live, I'd sooner eat the grass. Because there's no way I could kill an animal to eat, no chance. I don't know how some people do that, But I think your rabbit is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
Can I ask you questions, Zara? You know that thing on your wall, that Chinese writing?
It's a duvet cover.
Oh, so it doesn't mean anything then? Does it mean come over here and play, or let's go and have a good time?
No, it's just a duvet. It's just a bog standard duvet cover covering my sofa.
You don't know what it means then, do you?
No.
Do you know what it means? Well, you could be hanging up something on your wall that some Chinese is watching, and it says, "Come to bed, baby. Let's play." And you know that's on your wall.
I have egg fried rice with prawn crackers.
Special fried rice.
Egg fried rice.
You don't know what you don't know what that could say anything on there. Anything.
That's true.
So if anybody out there that's Chinese that sees this video by mistake, can you please email Zara and let her know what that says?
It's actually the wrong way round. It's sideways. Chinese writing goes down in a line.
Yeah, I had to do it that way.
So that's a Chinese book on its side then.
I got a question for you, Rose.
Yeah.
Do you know if the hanging tree is still there?
No, the tree was, it was actually in between where my mum's built the conservatory, which was the garden, and in between the bedroom. It was cut down to make room for basically whatever. I don't even know exactly when the tree was cut down. It was probably cut down before, either before or after they killed this geezer, and then they built the house, because this is like the 1600s. So I can't tell you, it could have been chopped down for wood. I don't know, but it definitely, the stump was definitely between them two rooms, the conservatory and the bedroom,
Okay.
the hanging tree. And that isn't the first person who's actually said that. That's been around here that found that information. So I've had two different psychics in, and they both said the same thing. And both of them say it's not your fault. And I'm like, oh, okay, I know it wasn't my fault, but yeah, that's where the tree was. So I can't tell you when it was cut down. All I know is when they sold the properties, when they were farmland, they built houses. So that I cannot answer. I wish I
Okay.
could. Well, I didn't realise a conker tree was actually a chestnut tree.
It is.
That's it. That's what I gotta tell you. That's it. You know when they put, you know when we play conkers when we were kids,
Yeah.
right? That when they played the conkers in it, that was right. Apparently, they started playing the conker thing right after they hung that guy. When they hung the guy, the kids used to put the conkers on a string and play conkers and call him a name. That's where
Sounds
the conker
painful.
thing came from. Yeah, well, that's when the conker thing came about. I was told then, after they hung that guy, the kids were taking the conkers off and playing. You know, we put them on a string and playing this conker game. That is when
Nobody,
that game first came. Yeah.
nobody's putting my conkers on a piece of string.
Say that
Huh?
again.
Nobody's putting my conkers on a piece of string.
Oh, whichever, but that's when that game was made. The conker game that we used to play was then after the home that guy. It's coming up the stairs and that's dark. That's when that game was this. Oh God, that's going. I've got something coming up the stairs right now. It's really dark, and I've got the light on as well in the hallway.
Well, just ignore it and then just concentrate on the on us.
Every time anybody says get your protection, I'm thinking, you know, when they say that, I think of you, Rex. Don't forget to wear your protection. And I'm like, I don't need to wear no protection because I can't get pregnant. And they go, no. I'm trying to ignore this thing, but it's coming up.
Like that, wouldn't it? Hang on, I got my Durex in the
Huh?
name in the name of blah blah.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. No, it's all these different things. Protection can mean anything, you know. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean. I shouldn't have said that, but that's how I see it when you say protection. I always have a little chuckle to myself.
Oh, dear.
Sorry.
Too funny. Too funny. Oh dear.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've made your stream as common as muck. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm common as much. I'm common as much anyway.
Nah, it's not common, trust me. I'm the one-time common as muck. You can't beat me, no way. My mouth is always.
I don't know about that. Maria's a close second, I think.
I need to go to elocution lessons, I think, to get my P's and my Q's proper. Can you imagine that? Hello, my name is Rose, and what can I do for you?
Oh my God, no, Rose.
Can you imagine that? Would you like?
Oh, hello.
Would you like a cup of
Hello, Cynthia, darling.
Don't forget to put your pinky out and drink your tea. That's the proper
Okay,
way of drinking.
Hello.
I ate.
Hello, Cynthia, darling.
Glenn, what do you
Hello.
reckon about one more laugh before I go and do flashy lights?
Yeah, go on then.
All right, I'll go.
Ooh, that looked like a bongo. Have you got a bongo?
I've got a storage case here, which is all full of my equipment.
Oh, I thought that was a bongo. I was going to get that out and get
What's
some
a
drum.
bongo?
No,
A bongo's like a
I'll
drum.
put the top on.
It's just like a drum thing.
Oh, a drum. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean now. Bongo.
Yeah, see, not even you can understand me.
Can you remember that advert?
There you go. That is what I keep all my equipment in.
Oh. Guess where my equipment goes?
I've got my ghost boxes, my pendulum, my cameras, you name it, it's all in there.
Guess where I store mine? Where I carry my equipment? I carry my equipment in a cardboard box. Or even a carrier bag if I've got one.
Okay.
If I could get this handbag, I'd be cool. Because I don't know about you, right, but my handbag, right, is that full of that lady's junk that you have to empty everything out just to find something.
Yeah.
It's not rags, bloody tissues, a bit of lipstick, the occasional light, a pair of socks, maybe a pair of knickers if you shit yourself. What else? A bit of lipstick, a bit of eyeshadow, papers. You just shove your receipts. You get absolutely everything, and you're thinking, why have you got this in your handbag? And then by the time you go out, your handbag's that heavy, it hurts your shoulders. Us women are terrible. I got to get to the taxi today, coming back, right, and I'm looking for my keys. He goes, you might as well do what everybody else does. I said, what do you mean? He goes, just empty it all out on your backs. I went, I don't think so. I don't want you to see what's in my handbag.
That's funny. Right.
I tell you, yeah.
All right, before we go, Glenn's seen this and it had him in absolute hysterics. Rachel's seen this and Kirsty's seen this. And this is where the flashy lights come from, Rose, that Steve said on his stream.
Who?
Remember Steve on one of his streams? He did a really cool video with flashy lights.
I don't think I've seen that, you know.
No? Okay, well, this is where it comes from, okay? But don't make me laugh, Glenn.
Oh,
Okay, I'm going to make myself laugh anyway. Hello, everybody. My name's Sarah, and today for you, I'm going to show you a K2 meter. And you got you turn it on, and you got flashy lights, and it's so lovely. So it's like Christmas. So it's like wee, wee, lots of flashy lights.
I'm going to post that up on Facebook.
Yeah, I think you should. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I've got the original one, Rose.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, I've got the original one. I'm going to post it up on Facebook.
Oh, that imagine that on Facebook, but I would love to see that. That's funny.
Yeah, in fact, there's quite a few of them, but some of them just can't go on Facebook.
No. I think the one that you're on about is the one where you absolutely crack up laughing.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So I think on that note, I'm going to say good night because it's a little before 1 a.m. here in Germany. It's just crazy. Rose, my darling, thank you so much for coming in this evening. and telling us your story.
Dara, thanks ever so much for having me, and I'm sorry I've been babbling on. I still didn't get everything out, but that's me in this house. But thank you so much for
Don't
inviting. I've
you
really
worry.
enjoyed it, Zara. You know, it's been really nice.
So you're always, Rose, you're always welcome. Just pop in on chat. You're always welcome, hon.
Thank you. Same as with me, pop in anytime with me. You're welcome, and the door's always open. And Glenn, the door's always open. Anybody want to pop in to see what's happening? The door's open. I like making new friends.
Yes. And for guys in chat, that's the link to Rose's channel if you want to watch in on any of her live streams that she does. You'll enjoy it as much as what I do, and as much as what Glenn does.
Thank you.
Everybody in chat for staying, showing your support, contributing. Yeah, love every single one of you. Hope you all have a great, great Sunday. And from you, Glenn.
Yes, thank you to all in chat. You made it a very. We always welcome your input and your questions, and you just being here. And also, thank you very much to Rose. I love you, sweetheart. Take care, and just make sure that you don't let those spirits get on top of you and get you down.
Did you get on top of me though? I mean, literally.
Yeah. There's laws against that, Rose.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Now. Well, as I say at the end of every single video, every single live stream, guys, stay truthful, and most importantly, stay honest. Goodbye.
Bye, sweetie.
Bye. Bye, Rose. Bye, chat. Thank you for coming.